Go ahead, let's do it.
Okay. You don't need an intro from me at all?
It'd be helpful.
Okay. Well, tell me when you want to say something. Yeah? Now? Hi, I'm Ron Young. I'm the pop music writer for the San Antonio Light, and today I'm going to be interviewing Iggy Pop, one of the progenitors of punk rock music, or rock music in general. Two words seem to come to mind.
Hi, I'm Iggy Pop, and I'm waking up in the morning.
This is morning for Iggy. Yeah, two words seem to come to my mind whenever I know about your performance, and one is a sense of danger, and the other is surprise. You seem to be having a little bit of both whenever you perform, a lot more than most rock performers do.
Yeah, well, I found so little in life as it's supposed to be really lived, you know. No fucking, no kicks. So I get mine in my work.
You seem to push reality's boundaries and show business together on stage. Is that
on and off? Yes.
On and off.
On and off. Yeah. I think I've got a good year left in me, you know.
A good year?
Anyway, yeah.
Sort of like football players, I guess, or athletes.
No, I mean before the big trip.
Up there with Brian and Jim, I guess.
That's right, you know.
You want to talk a little bit about your new album, Zombie Birdhouse?
Yeah, well, it's, you know, I was influenced by I was influenced by Haitian art a lot, actually. I saw a Haitian art exhibition in Berlin, Germany.
By Haiti?
Yeah, Haiti.
Okay,
Haiti,
not Asian.
H-I-A-T-I, which is the western half of the island of Hispaniola, the eastern half of which is the Dominican Republic. And Haitians were the first successful slave rebellion against an empire in history, recorded history, which is when Napoleon had his back turned with Russia. They snuck in there and took over. Unfortunately, now all they do is enslave each other. It's just a terrible thing.
Now, is most of this stuff on your album, or is this just
no,
influence?
I was hanging out down there, and I used to just go to hang out there. First, I went to see the art one time, and then I just fell in love with the place, and it influenced the. I mean, what is an album? It's like you said, this one feels different, but what's different? You can never you can never say, well, let's see, because I went to Germany, I wrote a D chord. I mean, so what? I can write a fucking D chord anywhere I want to. You know what I mean? It's like sitting a Holiday Inn and make great art if I want to. But there was something when I saw the depression, the total depression, and total misery and total impotency to which human individuals how far people can really be pushed. Then I started thinking about the connections between that and here, and I said, wait a minute, this is the same place. And so I just wrote these songs about, I was reading Jack London at the time, too, is where Eat or Be Eaten comes from.
Yeah.
I've just been feeling very savage, like, come on, you want to fuck with me? Fuck with me, come on. It's sort of like that, you know, and I've been feeling a bit of a moving target for the various groupies and lingerers and drug dealers of the world.
Sounds like a line of a taxi driver.
Well, hey, you know, so it's you know, and so that's the sort of subject that's covered on the album.
Mm-hmm. Okay, it's produced by Chris Stein, the ex-leader of Blondie, and it's on its Animal record label.
Well, that's fun. That was a great experience because it had nothing to do with. I've still not signed a contract with Animal. I don't.
It's a one-shot deal.
It's as many shots as we want to. We'll probably make another one.
Is Animal sort of a refuge for people like your type of music?
That's how Chris conceived it, as a kind of a zoo for people who, you know, I was just over at his house just before I went on this tour. I went over to say hi to him and Debbie, and he was showing me, he was really excited, like a girl had sent in a Crayola drawing for the gun sent it to the Gun Club, right? Which is one of the Animal acts. Yeah, and he liked it so much. We'll make this the cover for the next Gun Club album. Nobody else would, you know what I mean? Other record companies have art directors, and they have you know, all this shit be getting in the way of everything. So it's really nice to just be. It was much more casual, and we worked in a studio that cost half. Cost half of what per hour of what the going rate at the fancy studios in New York City are now. Because they're going for $200 an hour. Do you want to pay $200 an hour?
No, but you got a good sound out of what you you had
Yeah,
to
and
deal with.
and we did perfectly well at blank tape for $100 an hour, and plus you couldn't fall into, you know, like at the record plant or Hit Factory or something. They make the chairs so plush you fall asleep listening to your own fucking music. You know what I'm saying? This is not the idea here, is it? You know what I'm saying?
No.
So, you know, just regular chairs like this, a blank tape, get the work done.
Okay, let me go back a few years. About 1975, you committed yourself to the care of a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Okay, how did that...
We're still friends.
And you're still friends?
Yeah.
His name is Murray...
He's been alive for 8 years now.
Okay.
Murray Zucker.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed to talk too much about him. Isn't that advertising in medicine or something? I don't know.
How has it affected your performance as well as your personal life?
It's good to know I've got a friend.
Yeah.
A friend that I can talk to.
It's like anytime you want to call home or whatever,
That's
like
right.
ET.
That's right.
That was about the
Very
same...
good, like VET, yeah.
Was that the same
My
time?
publicist calls me that, ET, yes.
About the same time, David Bowie was producing Raw Power for you, I belive.
I produced Raw Power.
Okay. His name was on it. You produced it.
His name remixed by is on it. It says produced by Iggy Pop.
Okay. Sorry about that.
My music.
All right. But at about the same time, you started working with David Bowie a little bit more. And,
Yeah, well, no, we were getting to know each other, you know. Like, I'm not too easy to get. It takes a while with me. A few years usually.
Yeah.
We didn't really collaborate until The Idiot. You know, and that was total collaboration. His music, my words.
And after that, you did Lust for Life, which was another collaboration.
I really had fun doing that. I thought that would get a lot more play in America than it did, but for some reason the stations liked the more somnolent, you know, that even the tone of The Idiot. I think too because my voice sounded like a DJ.
Your voice changed quite dramatically on those 2 albums, I think.
Well, what happened? Oh, you mean from one to the other?
Yeah.
From Lust for Life, I went back up high. Well, I used to already had this voice like Bugs Bunny, you know, and I go, hey, come on, 1, 2, 3, 4,
and then you sound like Frank Sinatra.
Then I started noticing when I was about in 1973, when I was 25, call it. Yeah, 25. I noticed this thing I was able to do with my voice. It was starting to get lower, you know. I had sort of, and then I didn't make records for 2 years, not really, unless you count, you know, Metallic
KO, yeah.
Yeah, which was just really just kind of reissue. You know, they put something I'd done in '75, and by '77 I really had a strong. I don't know. I guess I grew up or something. I don't know. So I could go either way. But then I got sick of that. I thought, well, one album of that's enough. I think I'll sing like this again. You know?
Sound of country there.
Oh yeah, I can mimic just about anything I want to.
You know, in 1979, I read a few interviews with you, and you had said at that point that in 20 years you wanted to be playing Las Vegas. Is that still a priority in your life?
I'll play anywhere. I'll play anywhere. I don't care.
You and Jerry Lewis, I guess. Huh?
Well, no, actually, I didn't mean Vegas, and I'll tell you what's happened. Las Vegas you're here.
This is Vegas.
This is it, boy. It's come to San Antonio. There's an explosion all over America of a proliferation of little clubs like this, or little halls, or wherever I am. I haven't looked yet, you know. That present music by young people for young people, and it's just like Vegas, because it's drinking.
But this is the Vegas of our age, our generation.
It's drinking. It's not like concerts. When I started out with concerts, everybody said, "Now this is the saloon, man. I sing saloons." You know what I'm saying?
It was always hard to sit at your concerts anyway.
Yeah, who wants to sit around and, you know what I mean? I can't bear that. You know, and then like here I'll be in like try to watch the Rolling Stones in an amphitheater and drop your Coke or something.
Under my shoe, under my thumb.
Right drugs, you know. I don't know, you know, and you get beat on, but it's the saloons are really make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
I've done some of my best shows since. It's just like been overnight. It's been about 2 years, 3 years now. This is just bourgeois. Is that the correct pronunciation of that word?
Of what?
Burgeon. Bourgeois. Bourgeois. Yeah, when something.
I don't know.
It's like, you know, when something mushrooms.
Let's just say mushroom, okay?
Yeah, when something mushrooms.
Let me ask you a question here. I recently talked with Robbie Krieger, the former guitar player for the Doors. He said at one time, after Jim Morrison died in 1970, that they were considering you as a replacement for him. Do you see yourself as sort of an extension of Jim Morrison's legacy and the rock and roll shaman?
There's a connection there, I suppose, yeah.
Nobody acts like...
Well, no, it's just a connection, like, you know, I mean, I can talk about it in terms like, you know, like, if I was some guy that worked at a company or something, you know, because I don't work for a living. I play. It's the difference, you know. I don't have a job or anything. So I don't think, like, some people think, well, let's see, you know, yeah, I'm put Iggy over here and stuff. But the reason I would say there's a connection is because, see, I believe, like, that it's a very human thing, you know, there's music, good music, and when I saw it, I've always said this. I mean, when I saw Mick Jagger play, I wanted to be a lead singer. And when I saw Morrison play, I had to. I said, I have to go out and do it now. And he affected me just very deeply as a person. I get very, it affected me very deeply. And so I think that what are we as people anyway but the sum total of whatever we like? Hopefully not too much of the part of whatever we don't like. You know, so that's what I would say that connection would be.
When you started out...
Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
What I'm trying to say? I think I do. You know?
I was going to ask you a question about the song Passenger, which is on Lust for Life.
That's
and that
from
had
one of
a
his
very...
poems.
It was.
Yeah, I took that from a Jim Moore, a poem in The Lords and the New Creatures.
I thought I recognized it.
There was a poem, We Are All Passengers, and Life is a Journey by Car, and it's about how everybody gets in their car and nobody can get out.
Well, it had a very driving
journey
feel.
Goes on, everybody starts to stink, and reek was the word he used. But yeah.
He was very poet.
Yeah, I took that, I wrote that in Berlin, in the Andres Ufer, sitting, thinking, what can I write about today? I thought, that's a good subject.
And you lived in Berlin for a few years, didn't you?
Yeah, that's the best place, my favorite city on earth.
How did that affect your way of writing?
Uber alles, baby. You know?
Did it affect your writing the way...
Hitler was a vegetarian.
Who was? Are you a vegetarian?
No, I'm not. I'm an omnivore.
Okay.
I'll eat anything.
Not dog food though, probably.
You know, I tried some. Hey, Rob, this guy wrote the music. That's the one.
This guy, Rob Dupree.
This is the experimentalist here, yes.
How you doing?
Because the nasty experimentalist. Have we had enough? Do you think enough time? Or did you get?
Yeah, it's whatever they want.
Okay, great.
Everything's rolling weirdly. Maybe I can ask you one more question, though. Okay, let me find it, though. Okay, you said that death doesn't kill you, that it's indifference and boredom that do you, and is it pretty much your philosophy and all your music? Is what you're trying to convey?
I'd rather be dead. Actually, what I wanted to say was that was actually my publisher paraphrase. We had a big fight over that.
From your own book, I Need More?
It was one of my notes. We were going through the layout, and it was one of my notes, but it wasn't what I really wanted. What I really wanted to say is I'd rather be dead than bored.
Definitely. The chairman of the board.
Dead. Anytime, man. Give it to me anytime. I don't care what. But I'd rather fucking croak than have to, like, just sort of plod along and geez, well, who am I? I don't know. Oh, what do I own? I don't know. What is this? I don't know. You know, I don't. That's
definitely not Iggy Pop.
Boredom to me is disorient. Boredom is a synonym for disorientation. In the end, I think that somebody could make a good. Now, somebody could make a good argument. Maybe not. Maybe you're only alive when you're scared. Yeah. No, maybe you're only alive when you're disoriented. I don't know, but yeah, it's you know, I'd rather be dead. You know, I'm very anti-boredom.
I know you're a big golf fan.
I exhaust myself. Yeah, I'm a big golfer. Yeah. I exhaust myself. Yeah, I'm a big golfer. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your handicap?
Oh shit! These days it must be like 14 or something.
14.
I shoot like high 80s. You know, I don't play enough. I do it with my own hand. Because it's something we can do, and because I like the outdoors, and I like the poetry of the game. You know? I like the precision, and well, you know, everybody's got something they did when they were. I mean,
Somebody said you like soap opera.
That's
Yeah.
something they did before they were Iggy Pop, you know?
Now, what would Iggy Pop be doing? Would he be working at a McDonald's or something if he wasn't on stage?
I applied to McDonald's in 1975, and they wouldn't have me.
Not even as a manager?
Well, this is what I told them. I wrote on my resume, I said, I'm sure that if you'll just, if you just give me this opportunity now, that I'll be running a major branch of the company within a few years, and you need men like me who can sell. And
No. Now, did you look like this when you applied for the job?
That was not the way to come on to McDonald's. You know, they didn't want to know. They wanted a nice, quiet high school graduate with it to serve the burger. They hired a lot of policemen. No, they were.
Okay.
They hired a lot of ex-cops at that particular one on Pico Boulevard,
Los Angeles, yeah.
I filled out my application because I got up to one day. I was really excited. I hadn't had anything to do or a gig or nothing in 6-8 months. Just nobody, nothing happened.
This is in 1969 after your first album came out?
No, this was in 1975.
Oh, okay.
74, 75. And it's help wanted. I thought, yeah, all right. Right in the neighborhood. There's the answer, I just saw it, but nope.
One last question. Are you a big soap opera fan? I heard you were and had a lot of...
Oh, I watched General Hospital when it was a little before it was chic, about a year ago. I got sick of all that.
You don't like As the World Turns? I figured you might be a big John Dixon fan.
I shroud my TV off, and I usually take just a surprise attack jacket here and just hang it gently over the thing. I keep a typewriter in my room on the road, typewriter, a voice recorder, and a small music recorder, a guitar, and a pig nose, and that's enough for my entertainment. I'm a real leery of the fucking tube, because I can get like...
Guess when you tour, there's not too much else to do sometimes. Iggy Pop no longer watches soap operas. He's a rock and roll, non-parallel performer. Ron Young, San Antonio Light.